Raging winds, driving rain, and widespread destruction? Blame it on Ian, a Category 4 hurricane that slammed into Florida last week, killing more than 100 people and waterlogging billions of dollars worth of property in the Sunshine State. On Wednesday, President Joe Biden toured the sodden remains of Fort Myers, a beachside town of about 87,000 people. The overwhelmingly Republican-leaning town is one of the nation's fastest-growing population centers. Biden said the federal government was committed to helping everyone affected and announced an extension of the federal assistance period to 60 days. That assistance covers search and rescue costs, shelter, food, and other life-saving emergency measures.
Today, we have one job, and only one job, and that's to make sure the people of Florida get everything that they need to fully, thoroughly recover. We're one of the few nations in the world that, on a basis of a crisis we face, we're the only nation that comes out of it better than we went into it.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a Republican and one of Biden's loudest and most powerful critics, praised responders' cooperation. In his short remarks, he did not mention Biden's name.
I think one of the things that you're seeing in this response, we are cutting through the bureaucracy. We are cutting through the red tape, and that's from local government, state government, all the way up to the president. So we appreciate the team effort.
In democratic societies, disasters force elected leaders to demonstrate how the government serves the people. Andrew Reeves is a professor of political science at Washington University in St. Louis. He spoke via Zoom.
Voters, really respond to a president taking action or a governor taking action in a way that, overwhelms the penalty from sort of the seemingly random acts of God that caused the damage in the first place.
For DeSantis, up for election this year in a large, populous, wealthy state, this may be more of a test, he said.
Voters are not paying attention to these things 6 months, a year, 2 years out of an election. But DeSantis is running for re-election, and this is happening, right up against that. And so, he's sort of the most interesting political figure, I think, in this context, to see how he emerges after it's all said and done.
But the midterms are perhaps not the top priority for the Floridians picking up the pieces.
But we know the feeling, that feeling about where am I going to put my head down on a pillow tonight? How's that going to work? Is my kid going to be okay?
On Wednesday, these two men, divided by politics, said, as one, it's going to be okay. Anita, Powell, VOA News, Washington.